Good evening, everybody. Hi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Miss Fierce here from the Fierce Trade House. Yay! It's our Sunday weekly analysis. And as always, I'm happy to be able to just take you through what I'm looking at for the coming week. But I just also want to do a bit of a recap of last week. So last week, when I was looking at the charts, I did drop some analysis in my Telegram group on Monday. After my analysis, was it Sunday night? I can't remember. Either Sunday night or Monday morning, I dropped some charts, and I just wanted to give a like a recap of like how the market actually moved. So when you look at this, this is NAS. So I'm beginning with NAS. And and before I go on, if this is your first time on my YouTube channel, guys, please like and subscribe. And yes, once again, thank you for tuning in. So yes, NAS. So this is, we see what happened last week. If you look at the chart that I dropped in my Telegram on Sunday night, literally I had anticipated that NAS would drop all the way to 12,934. That was my original target, 12,934. And then I lowered it during the week to about 12,907. So we got to around 30.5. Okay, so we were kind of maybe 70 points shy of my initial target of 12,934, and obviously a bit off of 12,907. Wait, 12,9. Just hold on, guys. My laptop seems to be. Yeah, so this was technically what I was looking at in terms of 12,9. I just want to be around there. So that's about 92 points off of my initial TP, which is fine. We see that price dropped. And then something very interesting. I was very bearish last week. But then we see that there was a huge rejection, okay? And what I'm seeing is this huge rejection was basically caused by, the way, we have the Ukraine-Russia conflict right now. And we've seen that, the indices, the stock market was actually dropping. And then on Friday, I believe there was maybe some news or indication that possibly Russia and Ukraine officials are going to sit and have a discussion of some sort. I think there was some news like that came out, or some report. And so the market just shot up, okay? But either way, I'm not really entirely surprised by the rejection, because I'd actually anticipated it to reject a bit lower, but it rejected over here. And we can see that we actually got to this target of 13,590 before we dropped lower. And then what is happening is we've literally just retraced back into this breakout zone, whereby now we can see that we took out previous levels of structure here, and then we dropped and we broke down. We took out this previous swing low here at 13,726. So we've just literally gone back in there, yeah. And what I'm anticipating, it's very possible that we will push a bit more, and possibly, like I had marked my chart at 14,395 thereabouts. Okay, so I'm anticipating that's about what that would be about, let's say, about how many points? 14,395. 395 is about, let's say 214, 220 points. Okay, so we may open bullish. The weekly is right now, because of the rejection, we may see price push up even higher maybe, and then continue dropping. But I'm still relatively bearish on NAS. Like, I really want NAS to go down. And we know that this week, This is the beginning of March, this week from Tuesday. So it's NFP week. So I have this sneaky feeling that we will see these lows being targeted at some point. These same lows that I marked out last week, at least we'll see the 12,907 level targeted at some point, maybe even lower. But upon market open tonight, later tonight, I think we may see that pullback coming in. Let me look at the daily. Yeah, and the daily is even giving a better indication. Obviously not very excited about this because I tend to be very biased when I make a decision about my bias. But we can see that there is a bit of, we are kind of retracing back into this supply and demand zone. And yeah, so we are targeting these highs, 14,400, of course, 14,395, 14,400, and we may take out this high. So this is a huge possibility. But until we've cleared this zone and retested, I'm still bearish. I'm still anticipating something will happen and we'll drop. But market open, like I said, about 200 points move up, it will not be surprising to me because we've taken out this previous high, but there's also that potential to retest this breakout level here at 13,916. Okay, so there's possibly also going to be a retest before we continue to the upside. Okay, so still in bearish territory until further notice. So let's look at US 30 as well, because I think I also talked about US 30 last week. And okay, give my, we're still waiting for my chart to open up. DJ, generally the indices have all been looking the same. So I mean, again, same move. So this is actually my chart for last week. Okay, these are my markings for last week. And as you can see, if we zoom in properly, we actually moved quite nicely. So this is where we opened up on the 20th. We kind of pushed up a bit above this open, and then we now started taking out lower levels of liquidity and lower swing lows and everything. So I mean, and we broke down, taking out this major structure level here, and my target was actually about the 32,063, where you can see this zone I've marked out. We again just got shy of it, and then there was a rejection, and the same thing happened, as you saw earlier on NAS. Okay, so for me, I was like, okay, once we get here, I'll see what happens. But we can see we've already pushed up, taken out this previous high, we've retested it, and let me see. So there's potential to keep pushing up, but I'll really wait to see. I feel like there's potential to start pushing up. Maybe this is the end of this short-term downtrend. We'll probably retrace before we continue on downwards. So I will be looking to see how the market opens. But we're looking very bullish, by the way. We're looking very bullish. So yeah, I won't be surprised if I see us continue to push up. But I will be looking at the charts later on when the market opens today, tomorrow, and I'll drop my charts in my Telegram. So that's US 30. Let's also look at EuroCAD. I think I also EuroCAD. And on EuroCAD is very interesting. I was hoping that we would drop and then push up. So we did drop, but then we completely took out this low. So my target on EuroCAD was 1.43577, and I was anticipating once we get there, we're going to reject. But we can see we've broken down, okay, and we've taken out this previous swing low here. Okay, and clearly when I look at it on this daily time zone, all I'm seeing is we cleared this imbalance here. And this is the imbalance I was targeting, and we just dropped a bit lower. But we are also on a demand on the weekly. So I will anticipate that we start seeing kind of a shift to the upside. Really, I feel like, like once we pushed up, took out this high, came down. I think this was like an premature bullish move that was there to just like grab liquidity and stop hunt people and then drop below. And I feel like there's possibility that we are going to start seeing a push up. But I'm going to wait and see, because Eurocard is in this very interesting sideways move. I really, as you can see, I've really been wanting Eurocard to push up. So let's see. So I'm bullish on Eurocard, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm bullish, guys. I'll drop my chart again in my Telegram group. So yeah, just see how just show you guys what I'll be looking at in the London. So as for GBP, JPY, so let's go on the weekly. As you all can see, this was my bias, bearish, and it played out perfectly, taking out all my, okay, maybe not all, because my final target for GBP, actually, yeah, it took out all my targets. My target was 155,973. We took that level out. And then we also took out the 307 level, okay? So that went pretty nice. But now what we are seeing is a rejection. So we're seeing a rejection. It's, I'll wait. I'm still bearish on this pair. I'm still honestly bearish on this pair. I still feel like there's an imbalance that has to be filled to the downside despite that. But we may see, on the daily, it's looking like it wants to retest this 155,307 level, and maybe when the 155,492, 735, and then maybe we continue to the downside. I feel like this was a very strong push to the downside. I feel like, and that's why I'm still feeling bearish. But again, I'll drop my chart in the Telegram group maybe later tonight or Sunday or Monday morning tomorrow before the London, and I'll be able to see how that goes. So let's look at GBP USD, which should be looking almost the same as GJ and NBC and GU. I was also bearish. I mean, we look at the weekly. This is my arrow. And these were my targets, and it took out my daily imbalance, which was amazing, and went all the way down here. So this is kind of a rejection, and we may see price push up and everything, but I'll wait and see. This could be a liquidity grab, and we may begin to see a bullish move to the upside. And when we actually dropped here, we left some liquidity up here. So again, there's potential for price to just start climbing. And we can see this candle here, but I'm feeling like it could just be a retest into this previous imbalance, and then we continue to this because there's also a lot of liquidity lying down this way around 1.32,000, 1.31,718, the previous low of December last year. So I mean, this is a very aggressive move. So anything that, I just feel like it's a retest and then we continue. So I'm still bearish. If anything changes, guys, I will let y'all know. So let's look at gold. I think I also talked about gold, and last week gold I was bullish. I did anticipate gold coming back into this imbalance here, and it did. Okay, it actually pushed up first, because my initial idea was that we retrace and then we push up. So we see that we came on this weekly handle here. You can see we actually came in perfectly, we tested it. Okay, but this was actually a very, this is a what move, because from the market, where the market opened, This is like, I mean, it didn't move much. Like gold last week was, I mean, I didn't like the way gold was moving last week. So I honestly did not also trade gold. I just didn't like how it was moving. It was moving too slow for my liking. So yeah, it did about 355 pips to the downside. And I'm anticipating we could even push lower, just because of this major rejection. But then at the same time, this long wick here is not really, you know, I won't be surprised if I see gold trying to push back up. Let me look at the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, we're seeing this really, all we are looking at this, and it's just looking like, strong rally up, strong rally down. We've left some imbalances up here. So there's potential for it to eventually come back there and drop. So I'll be looking for that push back into this zone around the 1955.33 or 1951 level. And then we can see that retracement back down. So, or at least even the 1913. Yeah, I anticipate we're going to be bullish when the market opens. And when I look at it, I say this because we took out liquidity here, we retested, and then we started forming, we took out some level of structure here, retested it, and I feel like we are still going to continue to push back to the upside. Yeah, so that's me on gold. Again, we shall drop my charts later on to see once the market has opened what's happening. So let me look at Euro, USD. Euro, I was bearish and then bullish on Euro, and I mean, let me go on the week on the. Let me look at the daily. Okay, this is the weekly, right? So this was my mark, my chart last week. So what I anticipated was Euro would come down, push up, and then drop, but we can see it just plummeted. Okay, so either way, we are now taken out liquidity, and I think we're going to begin to see a shift of price to the upside. So Europe USD pairs this week, GU we may see maybe a bit of a pullback and then a continuation up, but the way it's looking now, even on the daily, we're looking bullish. There's a bit of imbalance up here, so we may just push up and then come and retest before we continue the upside. So again, I'm 50-50 on this right now, but this was a very strong, we took out liquidity here, and then this is a retest. We retested this zone. And yeah, and I'm thinking, okay, there's potential to push up and then retest and then go. This move is still valid for me. I feel like this was very sudden, so we will definitely come back. Let me look at the 1 hour. I may gain a bit more clarity. So yeah, and you can see I'd actually planned a trade here on the 24th, and you can see how it dropped. Yeah, so guys, we are retesting a demand zone. This is an order block here. There's some imbalance up here. So I feel like we're still gonna keep seeing EU rise. Okay, we may rise all the way to maybe 1.12985 or 1.130026. That's a near-term target for me, or even 1.13155, and then maybe a retracement and a continuation up. So yeah, so I think EU looks like it has broken its downward bias. This really major rejection looks like maybe we have seen the end of this very long. I mean, EU has been bearish for a while. Okay, and now we are looking like we're scaling higher lows. Yeah. So I'm still bullish on EU as well. So guys, that's it for today. I hope this has been of value. If you guys ever want me to look at any other pair that maybe I don't usually look at often, please feel free to drop a line. I will then make a point of just taking a look at it for you. And yeah, so thank you very much and do have a lovely trading week ahead. Bye bye.